Hello everyone, back to the Calvin Crypto video. I hope you guys are doing well, and today we're back with another banger PulseChain video giving you guys the latest and greatest of crypto news. And looking at crypto today, we have some breaking news, latest updates from Richard Hart. We can cover his tweets in a minute. We're also going to look at the latest crypto movement. So you have Bitcoin is up 0.75%, whilst Ethereum is up 0.51%. Both are doing really great in terms of price action. Now, I've been speaking a lot about the flow chart that I've been mentioning in the past few videos. Finally have a picture in front of you guys. I actually want to do a quick revision. I've been claiming that we are already in the Ethereum season. I want to revise that and say that we're still in the transition between Bitcoin going to Ethereum. Now, this is bullish in many ways, and I can back this up just purely because of the fact the past few days we have been seeing the Bitcoin's growth surpassing Ethereum. So I feel like we're not really there yet. And overall, this is more bullish because actually it gives me even more scope that we have even more growth for altcoins to happen, purely looking at things like, for example, here the Bitcoin dominance. I haven't really showed you guys this chart in quite some time, but I added the sine wave, and you can see that it is actually still fitting the 4-year cycle with the Bitcoin dominance. And you can see here I've added this is the total and the others total crypto market cap, a pure inverse relationship between the two. And also because of the fact that the past couple of weeks we've seen the Bitcoin dominance slowly creep up back to its 60%. Now again, this is not going to be permanent. I am anticipating for a rapid falling knife where we see these three lines intersect, and it's going to be very, very bullish because, of course, guys, as I already said, this is an inverse relationship. So it is almost guaranteed whenever you see Bitcoin dominance fall down, which by the way happened every single cycle, and it had bottomed at the 40% Bitcoin dominance 2 out of 2 cycles. Now is history going to repeat itself? For now, I am a believer, and I'll keep you guys updated on this chart. Moving on to other charts here. This is the Bitcoin on the daily candle with 2 lines. This is the gold line with an 8-week offset. I had to literally create this Pine script myself. And then you have the M2 money supply with a 75-day delay. And you can see that those 2 lines are laying out the paths for Bitcoin in the midterm. So I do see Bitcoin reaching 150K in 2025. And I do see Bitcoin reaching around 200K plus in 2026. But you'll have to be very careful because 2026 is Bitcoin's winter year. So looking at historical data and pattern recognition, it is very highly likely that it ends in a red monthly candle. Okay, so keep that in mind. I hope you guys find value in that. And now before we look into Richard Hart's latest tweets, I want to say a big shout out to the YouTube members who are choosing to support my small channel, who want me to continue doing my daily uploads. Thank you guys very much. You can become a YouTube member by clicking join or in the link in the description. And to the highlighted comments from Glintaff says, great video, Cal. Well, thank you very much. And from Rough Trader 72, nice to see you again. Says, staying strong, bro. Absolutely. That is the only choice. We either win big or we go home. And from Ash says, a great video as always. Thank you, sir. And finally, but not least, from Hex Farmer 2599 says, Cad is the best crypto streamer to have your onboards follow. Cad is a brilliant young mind. Thank you very much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure making these videos, and I love reading your comments and conversing with you guys on my Telegram group chat, which I'll open it at some point. Again, it is private, of course. I like to keep it that way. And now looking at Richard Hart's latest tweets here, he's saying, I've been promoting cryptocurrency publicly since Bitcoin was 30 times cheaper than it is now. I've been participating in Bitcoin since it was under $1. It was $125,000 today. Ethereum was trading as low as $88 when people were buying it to run hex.com code. It was $4,600 today. Along the way, there was lots of 85% and 95% dips. Heck, Ethereum was $880 just 3 years ago, and Bitcoin was $15,500 3 years ago. Absolutely crazy. And then now moving on to his other tweet here, he says, with Bitcoin at all-time highs, I have to remind you that lots of people choose to not sell things for less than they pay for them. And finally, looking at his most recent tweet here, he had to say, I've been through so many 80% and 90% dips, so very many. What I care about isn't the short-term price. What I care about is the infrastructure, the technology, and the competitiveness. If you market well, a better thing should find more adoption than a worse thing. I feel better promoting better tech than worse tech. The second highest market cap crypto is vastly superior to the highest. Here he's referring to, of course, Ethereum being better than Bitcoin. And now I know another project that is just like the second, but with more opportunity, but not enough people have heard of it yet. Again, he's hinting at PulseChain, the one and only. Lots of people think they've tried everything, but when you look back at what they actually did, it was just a couple things, nowhere near everything. I've got a short list of things that would be great to try, but I can't share it publicly for the competitors who know how to read too. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. I do not give up. I persist. Guys, I swear to God, I am 10% more bullish on PulseChain. Why do I say this? Because I'm already top, very bullish on PulseChain. No one can shake me out of my bags. Okay, I get it. People are opening, the bubbles. They're seeing PulseChain not pumping with the rest of the market. Do remember, taking you back to what I said with this, we're barely considered in Ethereum season. We're not in altcoin season, guys. Here's a tweet that I made that I wanted to show you guys. Don't be a weak hand. Are there any PulseChain believers left? If you are one, comment down below. And then here I said, money's not made in trading, but in waiting. Altcoin season is not here yet. Until then, everything else is noise. Here's a clip from Richard Hart saying this.
Everything that I designed is designed with the ability to do a 10,000x. So PulseChain can do a 10,000x. PulseX can do a 10,000x. And Hex can do a 1,000,000x. They can. Now, the rate or whether they do or not, that's up to life and chance. But these are well within the realm of possibility. And look, Hex did it. Hex, it took Ethereum 2.5 years to do it. Hex did it in 623 days, which is like a year and a half. It's not even 2 years. So, Richard's the only person in crypto who sits and answers questions from the public on Christmas. Thank you so much for your time. My pleasure, man. I love the community. The community is the most important thing. Like the Hex community, Pulsekins, Hexicans, and PulseXicans, they're the most important part of all this stuff. I can tell you what's possible. So what's possible is a bunch of weekends got shaken out, did things they might regret, and then we can go out without them. The magic is to not fall for FUD.
Ooh, bro, these are some wise words from Richard Hart. Okay, I'm going to remind you guys of this quote. It is better to be 3 years early to a project than being 3 months late. So yeah, guys, I'm going to end the video there. I'm going to keep it nice, short, and sweet. We've just covered Richard Hart's latest updates that personally makes me so bullish for PulseChain in this upcoming week. Let's see what will happen. We've seen him talk about how he's going to try a few things that he won't make public yet. This also reminds me of the clip that I showed in the previous video where Richard Hart says, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. He knows about the unique selling point of PulseChain. Guys, it is the first of its own kind full system state copy of Ethereum, making the world's largest airdrop, right? We also know that PulseChain Sacrifice Funds makes up the top 5 entity holding the biggest amount of Ethereum in Ethereum strategic reserve, holding more Ethereum than Coinbase, 166,000 worth 700 million plus, where he's up 100 million plus on his trade. Guys, when Ethereum goes to $7,000, which is my first Fibonacci extension milestone, okay, which I do believe is going to be a walk in the park, and that's going to make the SAC funds worth $1 billion plus. Imagine the buying power. Okay, so remember, don't be short-term oriented. Don't be short-term price oriented. Zoom out, block the noise. Richard is on a mission. I'm going to end the video there. Big shout out to the man above. Trust in the process, trust in God. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.